Well, good morning and welcome back to Mr. Read Math, where we're going to take some of the mystery in math and make it past tense. And we're going to do another video now on my Math Hack series. This is video number 5. And the skill that I'm going to show you now is helper line partitions. Now, partitions, if you remember, if you have a fond place in your heart for them like I do, they involve quite some pretty heavy-duty math. And what I was trying to teach you how to do in the classroom is you need to organize all the data. And it's telling you, you're going to take a known line segment, you're going to cut it up into a number of pieces. And what you need to do mathematically is you need to organize this data. And you need to figure out, okay, well, what's the change in x, or what's delta x, what's delta y, all right? How does it change? And then you get your x2 minus your x1, your y2 minus your y1, and then you figure that out. You get a number, and then you come down here. You want to figure out the ratio. All right, and it's going to be, the ratio is, if I say 4 to 1, what you do is you take the first number and you put it in the top, and the bottom is going to be both numbers added together. So it would be 4/5, or 4/5. That would be your ratio. Then you take k and you multiply it by delta x, and then you add x1, and you take k and multiply it by delta y, and you add y1. And then you're able to figure out what the points are for your partition. Woo! That's a whole lot of math. All right, so if you like it, this works, gets the job done. But I am way more visual than that, and I would much rather do something with a grid if I can help it. All right, so what I've done is I've created 3 line segments. I've gone ahead and I've plotted them. This is the weakness in this. If you aren't good at plotting points, this isn't going to help you a whole lot. But I mean, you're going to be given 2 points. You find one there, you find one there, you draw the line segment, and now all you're going to do is you're going to chop it up into a number of pieces. Easiest way to do that is with what I call a helper line. All right, the helper line is kind of like a shadow of the line. You draw it from one of the points, you draw it straight across. You're going to do a horizontal line, and you bring it right in line with the other point. All right, so this shadow is the same length, it's the same change in x as this one is. I can't chop this into pieces very well without the Pythagorean theorem. And that would be a lot of calculation. It'd be some really weird numbers. But this, because it's horizontal, I can chop a lot more easily. And let's see if it works, okay? So I've got my helper line drawn, and I'm looking over here trying to find out what my ratio is going to be, or what k is. Now this is telling me I've got from A to B. Now I'm working backwards with this one because I put A up here. Well, that's okay. We just start here, and we're going to go until we get to point B. I don't know where B is yet. I'm trying to figure that out. So from A to B, and then from B to C. All right, and the A to B part is going to be 3 units, and the B to C part is going to be 4 units. So I'm going to have 3 of my parts up here. I'm going to have 4 of my parts down here on this diagonal line, and that means there's going to be a total of 7 parts. Okay, so I need to divide this into 7 pieces, and then put a mark where there's 3 up here and 4 down there. Well, like I said, it's hard to do that with the diagonal, but let's do it with the helper line. Let's begin by counting the helper line. How wide is it? I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. All right, divisible by 7? Yes. All right, because there are 7 parts. I need to chop it up into 7 even pieces. If I take 21, divide by 7, I get 3. So each of my parts now is going to be 3 units wide. So I just start here, and I count over 3, 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 and count over 3. And now I should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 parts on my helper line. And now I just need to go, all right, well, I want 3, starting from this side, because I'm starting from A. All right, so from A, I want 3 on this side, and then I want 4 on the other side. All right? So if I divide it this way, there's 4 parts, there's 3 parts. I want my partition line, or my partition point, to be right there in the helper line. Now, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to extend that up to the diagonal line and put the point there. So now, here's the point on my diagonal line where I got 3 parts here, and I got 4 parts down here. All right, so now I find the coordinates. X equals 2, y equals 1, 2, 3, 4. So the coordinates for the partition line that divides my line segment into AB to BC, 3 to 4, is x value is 2, y value is 4. Done. Okay. Now, compared to what we were doing with with using the formulas work, but this is a lot quicker. All right. Now let's grab this one. Okay, I got another line. Now I'm going D, EF. So now I'm going left to right, which is, it makes a little more sense perhaps. All right, so left to right, and I want to go 2/5 of the way from D to F. All right, not half the way, not all the way. I want to go 2/5 of the way, which is probably somewhere like right in here. All right, I'm estimating. But let's go ahead and let's get our helper line drawn. I'm going to stop the helper line right in line with where that upper point is. And now I want to go 2/5 of the way. A lot of people got confused when they saw a fraction like 1/3 written out. This is actually making it easier. This is giving you the fraction without having to tell you 2 to 3. Right? If I took this ratio 2 to 3, I would take the first number and put it up top, and I would add both of them together to get the bottom, 2/5. We've kind of taken away one of the steps from you, so we're that much closer. So 2/5 of the way, and I'm going from D to F. So I want to go 2/5 of the way from here to there. It's going to be somewhere in this ballpark. Let's figure it out. 2/5 mean there are 5 parts. There's going to be 2 on this side, 3 on this side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's 15 total. And I want to divide it into 5 even pieces. So 15 divided by 5 gives me, well, once again, 3. All right, so I'm going to start at this point, and I'm going to mark every 3 units. And now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 evenly divided parts of my helper line. And now going from D to F, I want 2 on the left, and I want 3 on the right. Okay, there's my 2/5, leaving 3/5 over here. So there's my partition point. I'm going to extend this up to put a point on my diagonal line, and now I've partitioned that diagonal line so that there are 2 parts there and 3 parts there. Let's find the coordinate from the origin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the left, that would be -5 for x, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up, that would be +5 for y. My partition point for that diagonal line, 2/5 from D to F, is -5, 5. Okay, still got just enough time. I think I can get through these last 2 examples. All right, these last 2 examples, we're going to do a directed line segment. All right, so a DLS. Directed line segment, HJ. Okay, and I want the ratio to be, let's make it 3 to 1. Okay? All right, so I'm going to go from H. What directed line segment means is you start on H and you go to J. All right, so if I look at this line segment, HJ, I'm going from left to right. If I look at this one down here, there's H, there's J, I'm going from right to left. It's going to be the same process. You just got to orient your mind so that you're going from H to J. All right, and I'm going to chop it into how many pieces? Well, let's put that left number up top, and let's add them together for the bottom. 3/4 of the way. I'm going to chop it into 4 pieces, and I want to put 3 in one group, 1 in the other. Let's draw helper lines. Okay, so from there, oops, I went a little bit too far. I'm going to put a point right there so you can see it. And then I'm going to put another helper line here for this bottom one. I'm going to kind of do both of these at the same time to show you how it works left to right and right to left. Now, I want to know how long is my helper line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so 10 units long, and I want 4 even parts. So I'm going to divide 10 by 4. Ooh, I get a decimal. That's 2.5. All right, that means each part I want to be 2.5 units wide. All right, well, 2.5 is not bad. You go 2.5. All right, so 1, 2.5. I put a mark there. I go, there's my half, and then 1, 2. I put a mark there, and then I go 2.5 again, and then half and 1, 2. It works. Now there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 parts evenly divided. I'm gonna do the same thing here. 2.5. There's 5 and 2.5. All right. Now all I want is from H to J. I want 3 first. From H to J, I want 3 first, and then I want 1 left. And then what I do is I find that point, and I go up here, and I mark it. I find that point, go up there, and mark it. And I've got to end this one so I can post this video. But folks, there's your point using graphs. I got 4 done in less than 10 minutes. That's way easier than using the formula. If this works for you, if you can graph well, go for it. Have a great day.